Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. I want to show y'all a very easy project, and a lot of times you can find clocks at the thrift store or at yard sales. This one was given to me by my neighbor. She had got this at Goodwill and used it in her home for a while, and she asked me if I wanted it. So I took it and I thought this would be a fun project. I removed all the hardware on the clock. I took it outside and gave it a couple of layers of white spray paint. Now I'm going to take these beautiful Christmas transfers. You get 3 sheets of these in a pack, and there is some really pretty Christmas graphics in these. And I thought these would be a great size to put some of these on the clock and just make it into like a piece of Christmas decor. Now I just took a piece of paper and I'm going to go around and make myself a pattern. And also, I'm going to make a pattern for where that little clock post is, so I will know where to put the hole in the transfer so it'll fit down over that post really well when I go to apply my transfer. I thought that transfer right there had some really pretty Christmas colors in it, so I'm going to use it. And now I'm just using my pattern, and I'm going to cut out my transfer, and I'm also going to cut a little slit for that hole so my transfer will go down over the post. I'm just going to remove the backing of the transfer, and I'm going to put it on my clock face, put it on there to where it goes over that little post really well, and then I'm just going to apply it to my clock face. I love the colors and the graphics in these transfers. They're very Christmassy, and they're also, you could leave these out for winter time. Now I'm going to apply another transfer to the top just to give it a little bit of a detail, so I use this one. I thought this one was perfect because it was a really good size, and it just gave the top just that little Christmas detail that it really needed. Now this little clock right here, the back opens up, so it's kind of almost like a little bird cage. So you can put some greenery in this. I'm going to style it, put a little bottle brush tree in it. But this is a great piece now that you can set out for the holiday in the winter season. And I did go back, I put the little watch hands back on it, and I thought this made a beautiful piece. Before we go to the next project, I want to tell y'all a little bit about Bellway. They are the sponsor of today's video, and I want to give them a huge thank you. If you are not familiar with Bellway products, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. They offer healthy solutions for our whole body, especially our digestive system, our weight. You can boost your immune system, your hair, your skin, and your nails. They offer so many healthy alternatives to choose from. The one that I'm showing you today is the Super Fiber Plus Fruit. I got the blender bottle, and what I love about this, it comes with a little mixer. You just throw the little mixer ball into the bottle, add a scoop of the powder, then add 8 ounces of cold or hot water, put the lid on it and shake it and mix it. Bellway products are organic, they're all natural, vegan, keto, paleo-friendly, and gluten-free, and they can contain 0 sugar. Another great thing about Bellway is you can find these at your local Walmarts and Target stores. You can also order their products on Amazon. They also offer various bundles on their website with an amazing value. They're going to offer all of my viewers a discount code, and I'll leave a link down below. Now I'm going to show y'all how we can make a beautiful tree stand for our mini trees. This was my inspiration. This was on Pinterest, and this little base on this tree, I absolutely love that chippy look. I love that wood. I don't have a piece exactly like that. I am going to be still looking for one, but I thought, why not? Let's take a lamp base and make something similar. So I got this lamp at a yard sale just like this, and I think I paid $2 for it. So I'm just going to cut all the wires off of it because we do not need any of the hardware. All we want is that lamp base. I removed the bulb from the top, and I'm going to leave this hardware on there for now and just see how well my tree will fit down in it. But I'm just going to give this a couple of coats of chalk paint, and I'm going to go over it really well. I'm just using Rust-Oleum white linen chalk paint, but then I'm going to go around and I'm going to wet distress it. And I'm just going to take a damp rag, and I'm just going to go around and pull out a little bit of that black. And this lamp base that I'm using has some really good ornate detail. So this was the perfect piece to do a wet distress. You could also use some dark wax if your base has a lot of detail like this. But wet distressing, it kind of pulled out that black, so I thought that would, work good for this. Now I'm going to go in, so the little tree that I'm going to use has got a little thicker of a pole on it, so it's not going to fit down in this. So we just went and removed all of this. Some of it broke off, some of it I got Ben to go outside, and he kind of removed the rest of it for me. So he took that little piece off. But now we got all the hardware off, and now I'm going to try to find a little tree. I have several little mini trees, and this one right here I got at Walmart last year, and I absolutely love it. And a lot of these little trees will just screw right out of their base, so you won't damage your little tree, and you can always put it back into that base. Now, just to give the bottom of my tree around the little trunk of the tree, I'm just going to give it a little bit of fluff. So I just made like a 4-looped bow, and I'm just going to add a couple little tails to it, and then that way we can add that little pretty bow down around the base of the tree. And I'm just attaching it with with a pipe cleaner, and I'm just going to attach it to the pole. Now to put the tree down in this little hole, I'm just going to attach it using a little bit of hot glue and put it in there and let it dry, and it stood up really well. So you can put any kind of like little trees, whatever color that you have, but these lamp bases make great little tree stands. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for more.
Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year.
Okay, raise your hand if you love bottle brush trees as much as I do. I absolutely cannot pass up a bottle brush tree. Now, I'm just going to take this little rabbit. I leave him out all year long because I love bunnies and rabbits. Now, I'm just going to take the little fall pumpkins out, and I'm going to just cut off those little wood bases of my little bottle brush trees. And you can buy little bottle brush trees just about anywhere. But a lot of times when you buy them, then you think, why did I buy these? Because what am I going to do with these little bitty things? Well, let's just make some little filler for our little, like my little bunny. And then also I did this little wood dough bowl, and I filled it with a bunch of vintage white and neutral colored buttons, and I featured that in a video a while back. Well, I'm just going to take my little filler bowl, and I'm just going to put some little bottle brush trees down in those buttons and stand them up, and it makes a beautiful Christmas and little winter scene. So just a couple ways that you can use your bottle brush trees, the little small ones. Just group them all together and make them as some beautiful filler for some of your decor.
There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a falling star, so all your secret dreams can come true.
One of the main staples in my home that I really love to decorate with for all the seasons is wall decor. And a lot of times wall decor can get kind of pricey. So anytime I see pieces like this, I pick these up at the thrift store. Now this one was $6.99, but it had a beautiful wood frame around it, and somebody had it made into a bulletin board. Now I'm going to take some Dixie Belle. The color I'm going to use today is drop cloth. So if you're looking for a really pretty creamy neutral color paint, I highly recommend this one. I'll have a link to this down below. Now I removed the burlap off the piece of foam, and this is what I have. Now I did not go around the frame with any sandpaper. I just kind of lightly went over my frame in some areas with my paint where the wood would kind of show through, because I wanted some distressed look. And this wood was kind of a rough texture, so this worked out perfect. Now I'm just going to take that piece of foam board, and that is what I'm going to apply my decoupage paper to. Now I need to put my frame and my foam board back together, and that way I can go around and get a good pattern for how I want this beautiful decoupage paper to fit in it. I really want to capture this beautiful polar bear, so I'm just taking a pencil and I'm just marking around to where he will fit inside that frame. Now with my fingernail, I'm just making a really good crease, so when I go to cut it, I can cut it as straight as possible. Now I'm just going to cut him out, and I will also have a link to this decoupage paper down below, but you actually get 2 graphics on this, and this is a very large sheet. But this is a beautiful piece of decoupage paper for the Christmas and the winter season. But I'm just going to cut him out on both sides, and once I get him cut out, then I'm going to apply him to the foam board, and I'm going to use my DIY Liquid Patina. I'm going to put him in right now like this, and I'm going to apply a little section and get him stuck on, and then I'm going to remove the frame, and then that way I can decoupage him onto the foam board a lot easier. But I just wanted to make sure I got him in the correct area, and that everything that I want to show in the frame is in that area. So now I'm going to remove the frame, and I'm just going to go in now, and I'm going to apply him to the foam board. Once I get him applied to the foam board, then I'm going to go over him with a brayer, and I'll smooth him out really well and just remove any, wrinkles or bubbles. I wasn't real sure how this decoupage paper would apply to this really thick foam board, but it actually worked out really well. So just a tip, if you're looking for an inexpensive base to apply, some decoupage paper to make like a wall decor piece, this really thick foam board right here worked really well. So now I'm just going to apply him back into the frame, and I'm just going to use some hot glue in the corners to make sure he adheres really well. And now we've got a beautiful piece that we can set out for Christmas and winter.
There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December is, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah.
Nothing screams winter more than sweaters and little Christmas trees. Now I bought this at Goodwill, and I paid I think $2 for it. So I'm going to use a sweater, and I'm going to cover it and make me a pretty little Christmas tree using the little sweater. All I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the base white, just using some white linen chalk paint, and that's the only painting I'm going to have to do on this piece. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to take a scrap piece of sweater. I've already used some of this sweater, and I made some fall pumpkins out of it. But I still had this beautiful piece left, and I thought it had some really pretty design on this. It's kind of a chunky sweater, and I think I got it at Salvation Army. So I didn't pay but a little bit for it. But you could also put some little quilting batting in this just to give your Christmas tree just a little bit more fluff. I felt like my sweater was not big enough because, like I say, I'm using a scrap piece and it was barely going to fit. But some quilting batting to give it just a little bit more layers and fluff to it, you could also do that. Now I just went around using my hot glue gun, and I just applied my sweater, and I tried not to pull it really tight so I didn't distort the little design on the front. Now once I got to the bottom, I just kind of wrapped it like a gift in the corners, and I just kind of trimmed away the excess as I went and got it glued to the back the best I could. Now, once I got this finished, I was so really surprised at how good this turned out, because like I say, I just took a scrap piece of sweater and I had no idea if this would even work or not. But just with a little inexpensive little wooden tree that I got at Goodwill, and I'm sure you can pick these up at any of the craft stores. I think these would be beautiful if you did assorted sizes and just did several of these and made a beautiful, winter or Christmas vignette.
Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah. Oh, it's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah.
I know it's still fall and it's still early for Christmas decorating in full bloom, but I'm just trying to go through, not go to any stores and buy anything new at the time, but just try to use things that I already have. So I'm redoing some projects. I did this tray back in a previous video, and I put a transfer on it and it was painted white. Got out my Dixie Belle drop cloth. I love this paint and I love this color. I thought it would be absolutely beautiful on this tray, so I put a couple layers on it. I covered up the transfer that was on the tray previously, and I'm going to use a piece of decoupage paper. This was like a collage of different, Christmas designs, and I'll link it down below, but it was a huge sheet and I've used it on many projects. I still have this piece left, and I thought I'm going to make myself a beautiful tray for Christmas. So I'm just going to apply it using my DIY Liquid Patina. I'm going to roll over it with my brayer. Now I just went around to make sure that I got the inside of the circle of the tray, and I just went around using my fingernail, and you can also use a pencil. I hope this inspires you just to go around your home. Maybe you've got an item that you used for a previous season, you've grown tired of it. Just throw or refresh that piece with some paint. Put another graphic on it using whatever method that you enjoy doing, whether it is stamps, it's transfers, decoupage paper, just whatever you enjoy doing. Just recycle, refresh that piece, and set it out for the new season. That way we don't have to go out and we don't have to buy, new things all the time. We can keep using the same things we have, but just give them a refreshed look.
It's Merry Christmas, baby.
Okay, y'all, we're at the end of the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure to leave me a comment. I love talking to y'all, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of the content coming your way. Make sure to go over and check out my new channel, Teresa Greene. It's really growing and we're really getting videos up. I'm trying to put videos up once a week of all the updates and things that we're doing over there. Lots of little DIY projects and some decorating going on. Also, don't forget, down in my description box, I'm leaving a discount code, so make sure to go out and check out the Bellway products. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see y'all again next week. Bye, y'all.